Hey Rhinos, Dr. FJ. Want to go through an abbreviated version of some information content I covered on our digital training last week. So we did a digital training because we had to postpone with the coronavirus and all this. And that's what's going on at the time of this video that I'm doing this. But even if this is going to be on YouTube forever, so for years down the road, in a crisis, in a recession, this will all be valuable information that you can use. Okay, when I was back in chiropractic school, I was in 9th try. And me and my friend, Dr. Mike Hogan, were putting together a business plan, and we were, you're excited, you're ideological, and it was like, okay, we're going to average 15 new patients a week, and we're going to grow like this and this and that, and I showed my dad this business plan, and he goes, this is great, and maybe you will grow this way, but you have to plan for the worst case scenario. You have to plan that some weeks you have 1 or 2 new patients in the beginning or none. You have to plan that way. Expect the best, that's great, but plan for the worst. And in any crisis, when all times are difficult, any planning period, it's always best to plan for the worst. Expect the best, but plan for the worst. So the most dangerous thing you can do right now in this crisis is be overly optimistic and assume that it's going to be done in a couple weeks. You have to plan like this may go on for months and months and months and months and months. Okay, so plan for that, and then if it doesn't, you're great. If it does, you're ready for it. Okay, so of course, be optimistic, but plan for the worst case scenario. So you need a profit. You need to forecast your profit. Where are you going to be if you continue to run like you're running? Where are you going to be in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months? So you need to know your numbers. Okay? So we have a 6-week average Excel sheet. We send everybody to plug their numbers in. That's obviously the weeks that have already passed. But then look at the last few weeks and you'll have a pretty good idea. Okay, you've been operating at 50%. All right, now let's forecast that out in 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. All right, we're operating at 50% or 40 or 60. Some areas are more effective than others. And now what does that look like? These are our costs. This is what we're operating. Are we profitable? So you got to know your numbers and you got to forecast out, and don't be overly optimistic. Okay? Then you want to look at your this billing and aging report. Your accounts receivable, okay? How much is out there, and then typically how much can you recoup within 30 days or 60 days? So, and any kind of, it's great to do a weekly forecast, bi-weekly, monthly, just any kind of forecasting will give you an idea where you're going to be at if this issue goes on for months, which it may. We don't know, so you got to plan for that. So how much of this can you get in a short amount of time, and where are we at? Current operation of the office. Where is the performance at? What are we doing? Okay? And then you gotta project. So project as is. If things stay as they are for the next 3 to 6 months, where are you gonna be at? Can you turn a profit? Okay, it's really, really important. So you gotta know your costs, know your office performance, and I'm going to do another video on how to reduce overhead, where to look at, and how to keep your cash free. Because the number one thing is to make sure your business stays alive, and your priority is to make sure you can take care of your team and make payroll. Okay, and this is all going to position you to do that. So you've got to be very, very real with what's going on. Okay, don't be delusionally optimistic. That's the number one thing to take away. Just like when you were opening your office, you had to be real. You had to be prepared that maybe you're not. And I was fortunate. We were very optimistic, and I trained with, in my father's office for a year. We grew very quickly. We got to 100 a week in 3 weeks. We got to 200 patient visits a week in 14 weeks. And we worked our tail off. Lots of screenings, lots of talks, marketing all over the place. So it grew quickly, but I wasn't expecting that. I was just hoping to get to 100 a week within 3 months, get to within 200 within the first year, and that was the goal. So it was being, conservative and then putting in work like crazy to then hopefully get the best possible result. But again, plan for the worst. I can't say that enough. Be ready. Hopefully you've saved money Hopefully that you are, you don't have 3 homes you don't need and 7 cars you don't need, because you might have to cut some of that to keep your business afloat if this goes on for a while. Okay, so be honest and very real. Plan for the worst. Know your numbers. Know how the office is operating. Know your costs, and then project out, if this continues, how are you going to be in 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 months? Can you still operate at a profit? Okay, so take this video hard. These are the 3 of the 5 steps I teach for profit forecasting in a crisis. So this will help you stay afloat. Okay, and remember, there's going to be a lot of opportunity after this. It's always darkest before the dawn, so it's going to be tough. But if you've worked strategically and intelligently, you're going to be fine, and you're going to get through this. And there's going to be a ton of opportunity, and things are going to boom. There's winter and summer, there's droughts and there's rains, and this is why we train. This is exactly why we talk about living in the jungle, thriving in the jungle, being a rhino, because this is the real world. You wanted to be a business owner, you want to be in business for yourself. This is what you signed up for, and this is why we train, to be ready for these moments, to get through them, and then at the end, kill it when things start booming again. Okay, so Dr. FJ, do this for me, please. I want you to do well and thrive, and together we can change this profession. But we've got to get through this tough time, and then things are going to boom. Okay? Keep charging.